Welcome to the Four Listeners Program. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week. What up, everybody? I'm Spear. On the mics this week, we have the Z-Man. What's up, Z?
Changes turn and face the strange changes. Just gonna have to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
You can't sing the song either.
I never could. So that's not a change.
No, not a change. On the other mic is the mighty Ganthor. What's up, Ganthor?
Just enjoying some chili.
There you go.
Oh yeah, what kind? Mate?
Homemade.
Nice.
Don't we have a rule about not eating during the show, Ganthor?
That's why I mute myself.
Jesus H.
I
Christ.
didn't know you would ask me about my chili.
All right, well, it's a good thing because while Ganthor is munching down, we got another host tonight. Please welcome to the show,
Mom said
A.
the same thing last night.
Oh, fuck you. What's up, A?
Yeah, what's going
on? This week, something must be done about change. A, why are we saying something must be done about change?
Because change sucks. Too many things get changed, and they just mess up a good thing. It's like the old adage, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Just doesn't need to be changed if something's working for you. Even if it's not working, it doesn't really need to be changed that much.
Yeah, so we got started on this with the recent change to the family of pieces on a Monopoly board.
Now we got a stupid cat.
Right, so Hasbro, the makers of Monopoly, had a poll, I guess, on their Facebook page. Is that basically how they did this?
I think so. I think they voted. They had some social media something going on. They tried to get cool with the kids.
Yeah, so they had something on their Facebook page, or they were doing it on the Twitter, #TokenVote, and they.
It sounds more like you're trying to vote off a black person off your island.
So they did this, and they had a series of tokens that they were asking people to choose from, and it was the cat that was chosen, and the cat will replace the iron. The iron got voted off the Monopoly Island.
To be fair, the iron sucked.
Oh, well, come on now.
It was a toss-up.
If you had your choice of any of the pieces, you pick iron? Never.
Sometimes.
Never.
Depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Never.
Dude, it's Battleship or bust.
I'm not picking the cat.
Yeah,
Maybe race car.
Yeah, Battleship, race car, maybe Top Hat.
Top Hat's a good piece.
Every once in a while, I will go for the thimble, just to be different.
That's fine. Thimble's all right. I can even deal with Thimble.
There was the toss-up though. There was a vote actually. Percentage of total votes. The bottom three were the wheelbarrow, the iron, and the shoe.
Yeah, I'm fine with all the ones they were going to get rid of.
Yeah, so the iron got voted off the island, lost a tie. Now,
I like the wheelbarrow.
It begs the question though, why?
Why change?
Why?
Because they can sell more sets now.
That's it.
But it's a classic game. I mean, it's been around for, 80, 90 years now? It's classic. There's a reason it's a classic. Yeah. You can't mess up a classic.
Well, they did the other thing, too. They changed it now that the newer sets don't even have cash. It's all credit. It's all electronic.
What?
Have you seen that?
No.
There's they give you a credit card, and there's a machine that you basically, if you get money from a person, they have to give you their card, and then you run your card, and if you get money from the bank, you just run it right off your card. It's a debit card.
It's just like a special edition kind, though?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like the norm, but it's they made a new set like that.
And I've seen, there have been tons of variants of Monopoly, right? There's been there's like Star Wars Monopoly, Simpsons Monopoly, God knows how many different variations of Monopoly there are, and I'm okay with those.
Right, because it's its own separate entity.
Right, but the core, the basic Monopoly game, which has been in existence since 1934, it looks like, that you've always had that. It's like, why? Why are you changing? What do you need to change for?
Yeah,
that's my point.
The only thing you need to change is a diaper. That's just going to get nasty if you don't.
Your socks.
Nah, even that's fine.
No, underwear and socks you should change, bro.
Yeah, but just turn them inside out. You don't actually have to get new ones.
No. You should really change them. Wait, hold on. I want to stay with this for a minute. We got off topic, but you really ought to change this shit. Underwear and socks. You should change them. It's personal hygiene.
But you don't have to.
Okay.
Like, you should.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you pretty much do. You get like weird diseases.
Dude, when I was on my cruise, they lost my bags for 4 days, and I wore the same underwear and socks the entire time.
Yeah. I bet you were
Really?
popular too.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I kind of like hosed it down a little bit each night.
Why
I don't
would
want to
you
know
do
what
that?
you're hosted down with.
I couldn't find them anymore, and then I went free ball, and I was like, fine.
Yeah. Might as well go to commando. It's better than just wearing the same underwear.
Okay, all right. So back to the Monopoly thing for just a second because Z is disgusting. The weird part about this is they're going to actually release a special edition version of the game with both the old and the new tokens.
Oh my
Wow.
god, that's crazy.
Mind blowing.
That's not at all exciting or interesting.
But
Yeah.
it's a money grab. It cannot be construed as anything else but a money grab. I mean, is it because they need to get people to buy new versions of Monopoly? Because everyone's got that one old-ass box of Monopoly with, like, the box all taped up.
Right.
Well, they
I have it. It's in
yeah.
my basement.
well, I don't. They also changed that too, because the last time I bought a Monopoly set, they changed it from a rectangular size board to a square board. So it used to be like a single fold in the middle of the crease, and you opened it up, and now it's like the Trivial Pursuit board where there's like a three-fold.
Oh yeah.
Not a fan of that.
No.
Too many. It's more creases now.
That's what I'm saying. There are too many changes, and it messes everybody up.
Change for change's sake is no good.
Exactly.
Last week we tried to change.
Yeah, it sucked.
We put the Z Diddy at the end of the show.
That was dumb.
I didn't know what show I was listening to.
Exactly.
It just threw everyone for a loop. What the fuck is that about?
Exactly. Change for change's sake.
It's not
In
Is
the
that
ca-
our new Coke phase?
yeah, last week's episode was our new Coke,
Yeah. Clear Coke.
Crystal Pepsi. That's what it was.
Yeah. Clear Coke and Crystal Pepsi.
What the fuck was that about, by the way? Crystal Pepsi. I mean, that was change for change's sake. You know, like the new Coke thing was change for change's sake. Like what? Coca-Cola was a classic beverage.
It
And-
still is a classic beverage.
But they changed it. There was a furor over it. People went crazy because it was different. It didn't taste the same. And then they had to bring back the other Coke as Coca-Cola Classic just to emphasize the fact that, you know, it was classic. It was the way it was supposed to be. We shouldn't have fucked with it. Sorry about that.
Right. New Coke.
New Coke.
What's the deal with this new fucking Dr. Pepper 10?
It's Dr. Pepper, but only 10 calories.
Okay, so why was that any better / worse than, say,
Diet
Dr. Pepper with no calories?
Yeah.
Supposedly it tastes better.
I have no issue
What's
with
the
the other.
It's like Coke Zero and Diet Coke. Why?
Well,
I know
Diet
they use
Coke
different
is-
chemicals. But
Actually,
yeah.
Coke Zero is better. I can't stand Diet Coke.
yeah, I only drink Coke Zero now, but still.
See, I'm the other
Why
way
is it
around. I
two?
prefer Diet Coke to the Coke Zero.
You're wrong.
Well, you would, yeah. You're also a Giants fan.
Wow.
So shut
Wow,
up.
how quickly everyone turns. I mean, I was just
We're just looking for an excuse.
I was just talking. What the fuck?
You're like the fat, chubby kid in the movies that everybody beats up on. They're just waiting for you to open your mouth.
I love you, Chuck.
Just
Dude, trucker shuffle.
start calling you Donnie.
God damn.
Out of your fucking element.
What? Wow.
I had a bad day, buddy. I'm just having fun.
Yeah, at my expense. I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's always at your expense. You haven't figured that out after a year plus?
Jesus H. Let's move on. So other change. I live by one of the biggest malls in the Northeast, and I get accustomed to being able, like, because I don't shop like women do. Women shop like they'll just wander around.
Right.
Right.
But you're a man.
Right.
Men don't do that. They
Men
know
don't
where
do
they
that.
need to go. They get there. They get whatever they're going for, and they get the fuck out.
Right. But my ability to do that is hampered by the fact that they change where the fucking stores are every 10 minutes.
Right.
It's like the Apple store used to be over here. Now it's on the other side of the mall. And then it's like, oh, well, where's, you know, and then my wife will ask, oh, where's that store? And I won't know. And then I'll have to, like, wander around. And I'll have to do one of two things. I'll either have to wander around, opening me up to all kinds of risk, because I'll be walking past more stores than I have to.
Especially if you're with your wife. And
Right.
Like, oh, can we just stop here?
Exactly.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I got to see that. Can we go in here for a minute?
Exactly. That's not
Your
good for me.
20-minute mall trip is now turned into a 3-hour tour.
Exactly.
20-minute mall trip.
Dude, seriously, if you know what you're going for, you get in, you get out.
Especially when you have kids, right?
Yeah.
You gotta go in there. You have tactical strike. Get in, get out as soon as possible. Minimal damage, minimal screaming, minimal crying, minimal trips to the potty, minimal trips to snacks or whatever the fuck else you need to get in and get the hell out.
Daddy, I'm hungry. Can I get a pretzel? Can I get some chocolate? No. Can I get a gumball?
No, we gotta go get this thing and then we're gonna go right home. We'll get a snack when we get
That's
home.
it.
But Dad, no.
But my mom gets it. Well, then my mom can take you to the mall.
Right. The other option is I have to stand in front of the directory like a dick.
Yeah, I was actually got suckered in going to the mall the other day, and my wife was doing the same thing, standing in front of the directory, and then some lady's there too, and she starts talking to me, and I'm like, I'm not really the most approachable kind of guy, and for some reason, people in the mall talk to me, and I just don't understand it. Like, just starting random chit chat, and I'm going,
They think you're a security guard or something?
I don't know. It just, I don't really look like I want to talk.
It's not like you're an authority on where stuff is, because at that point you're standing at the directory too.
Well, it's not even that. They're not even asking me, do you know where this is? It's like, I was at the nail salon over there, and I was like, okay, that's great.
Good job.
It's at that point, Adam, where you have my permission to break out a good fuck your mom.
No speak English.
So here's change for change's sake. Charlie Sheen, who we've talked about at length on this show before, leaves 2.5 Men, and instead of canceling the show, just calling it a day, they bring in Ashton Kutcher.
Who's terrible in every sense of the word.
Yes.
I mean, but it's not the first time that they've changed out a lead actor on a television show. Like, do you guys remember when the Dukes of Hazzard swapped out the two Dukes for two new Dukes?
And everybody stopped watching.
Yeah, the cousins.
The cousins, right? They swapped out Bo and Luke Duke, and they came up with another two Dukes to come in for like a season. And there was a full-scale revolt, and they brought back the original Bo and Luke Duke for like the last couple of seasons or whatever it was. You guys remember
Kind
that?
of like Three Stooges a little bit.
Well, right. So instead of Curly, it was Shemp, right?
And Joe.
At some point during like Three's Company, they swapped out.
Mr. Farley for Roper.
Suzanne Somers.
Yeah,
Chrissy and right.
Right.
And then they changed Roper to the Farleys or vice versa.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that shit happens all the time in shows like that. They gotta, characters they get too big for the show and they have to they put them, they want to leave. Same thing as in Downton Abbey. Spoiler alert. Douchebag dies.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the right
what
thing
is-
to do is just kill off a character. It's like just kill him off. Don't try to pass off. Like at one point on Roseanne, the oldest sister, the girl playing it got too big for her britches, so they just replaced her with somebody else. They just like brought another blonde chick in.
Yeah, Sarah Chalk.
Yeah, who ended up being on Scrubs later on.
Right.
But it's like, no, that's not. We know that's not her. What are you
Just
trying
make
to
her go off to college or,
Right, yeah, kill her off. Let her get hit by a
Yeah.
bus.
Exactly. Don't bring somebody else in. It's not like we're not going to not know.
Right, and then eventually they brought back the other girl on Roseanne.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like, what happened? And she ended up finishing out the rest of the series. It was like, what? Huh? Should have just killed her off. Let her get hit by a bus. Whatever.
Exactly.
If you do a search on Google, if you just type in 2 words, you type in worst changes, the top one you get is about the DSM-5. It's about a psychology article or whatever else. The next 10 to 15 hits are all about changes to the Star Wars trilogy.
Han shot first.
Yeah, top 10 worst changes. Top 10, it's like really...
It's like people bitching about like the walkie-talkies and ET kind of things.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, right?
Or
But
is
it's
it talking like, or actually Star Wars is talking about this. We're talking about like the digitization of Jabba.
So the Ewoks blinking, the at the end of Jedi, he goes no as he chucks the Emperor down the shaft. I mean, this is
All right.
it's typical, What I find funny is you type in worst changes, you get Lucas fucking with Star Wars. That just cracks me up.
I gotta tell you, I'm a fan of change.
You're a fan of change.
Yeah, I mean, I have no issue with change. I have no issue with change in my pocket. People always get pissed off. They got all this change in their pocket. I don't mind it.
So I can't come up with too many. Like every day I come home, I have change in my pocket. I take it out and I put it in like a little change tray, right?
But you got a tray, and I got a bucket.
I got a little tray. Eventually, the tray gets filled, and then somehow along the lines it vanishes. And it's only recently that I've realized where it goes. My 5-year-old son takes it, hoards it, like he puts it in his, like, he's got 3 piggy banks. He's like fucking Midas back there hoarding coins. One day he drags them all out, he empties them out all over the floor, and just starts counting. He's got more money than I do.
Well, no, he has your money.
Which is fucked up. Because he just kind of appropriated it, and he says, "This is mine." I'm like, no.
Well,
but it's like
why
finders.
are you trying to steal money from a little kid?
But it's like finders keepers, right? You got to play by those rules. It's 5-year-old rules, finders keepers.
Well,
Because
it's your
you need to be
dumbass
able
fault
to-
for not putting it where a 5-year-old can't get it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What do you have to say about that?
Not much. I mean, what am I going to do? The kid took my money. I'm sure it won't be the last time. You know? Fucking kid steals from me. What am I going to do? But it's changed, so it's like you don't notice it. It's like that stuff that just like it's just around. Like sitting right here, there's a penny there. There's in here there's a couple of quarters. Over here there's a dime. In with a whole bunch of paper clips, there's a dime, you know? What do you think, A? You got a problem with change over there, big guy?
I got a lot of problems with change.
Here we go.
First problem is like the whole debate about whether we should keep the penny or not. Do away with the penny. In this day and age, what are you going to buy for a penny? Like, just round everything off. Make it to the nearest quarter, and that way all you have to do is carry quarters around. You can get rid of the dime, the nickel, the penny, 50-cent piece, whatever. Just get rid of all of them. Weigh you down. You can't run. You walk in. It's like you have a thing of Tic Tacs in your pocket. It's like ching. Ching.
yeah, but for most guys, that's not the case because you're not going to accumulate more than like $1 worth of change in your pocket. But like women, they throw all that shit in their purse, and then they're like, "Oh, I got 4 pennies in my purse," and then you got to wait 20 minutes for them to fucking dig that shit out.
Exactly. It's like that guy who still writes a check.
Oh my
in
god! I don't know
the
why that's
express
allowed.
lane.
I don't know. They should not be allowed. Should not be allowed to write checks at a grocery store anymore. Get a fucking check card.
It's ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. Like that movie with JT, where they could just like make time and take time. That was your currency. They should do something like that with people nowadays, where you can just, everybody's got their own like tattoo or whatever on their forearm, and they just scan you. And you take it out of some bank account that's linked to your tattoo thing, and just do away with money altogether.
That's coming at some point with all this NFC or whatever the fuck else. That'll be there before you realize it. Digital wallets or whatever.
Exactly. Your eye scanners, I don't know, your thumbprint, who knows? But still, I mean, change to carry around money like metal instead of just bills. One, it's heavy. 2, it costs more to make. And, there's always metal shortages. I mean, copper's, going through the roof. People ripping copper out of houses, and they're still using it, not much nowadays, but to make pennies.
There's no copper in pennies. It's zinc.
It's mostly zinc, but they still put a little copper in there.
Yeah, and it says here that in 2012 production costs have risen to 2.41 cents per penny.
Yeah, it's a losing proposition. Like, why make them?
Yeah. So my problem is change. I mean, it's currency. It's legal tender. But what can you really buy with change? You know what I mean? Like, you can't even buy a pack of gum nowadays for less than $1.
Yep.
So it's like, what do you do with it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything should be rounded up.
You can't carry enough change on you if you're a man without a purse, right? To be able to pay for anything with the legal tender that is change.
And if you do, you're going to get some serious looks by anybody near, by the person working there.
Right, you're going to get the same looks as the guy who's paying with the check.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're sitting there you're counting out dimes or counting out corners, you're going, oh no, wait, I just lost count, and then you have to do it again. It's going to be like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they round everything off to the nearest quarter, I mean, some things you'll gain, some things you'll lose, but eventually it'll all equal out.
So you want to pay for a photocopy of something? You're going to pay $1 for that now?
No, you'll get like 4.
You are paying $1 for it now. What do you mean? You can't get a photocopy for a quarter anymore.
No?
No.
I don't know.
Dude, shit, you can't even play a video game for a quarter anymore.
You got to get tokens.
Right, and or you get one of those cards. Like if you go to Dave and Buster's nowadays, you can't play with quarters. You have to get one of them cards, and then you get charged whatever credits, and those credits are not quarters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they can do all kinds of funky pricing.
Right. This is 2.7 credits, and you're like, huh? What? I just want to put a fucking quarter
Well, it doesn't matter because the kid's like, Mom, give me more credit.
Right.
They don't give a shit what the hell the conversion rate is.
That's like, the same thing with casinos, and they stopped taking change.
You can't. That's right. You can't even play a slot. You can't, like, if you have change in your pocket and you're walking around a casino, you can't drop a quarter into a slot and give the thing a pull.
No, doesn't work
Drop
anymore.
a quarter in your mom's slot.
God
She'll give
damn
me a
it!
pull. If no one's gonna do this, I gotta fucking step up here. Because you cannot leave these things just like, sitting on the table like that. That was perfect, dude.
Mike, I can't. After all this time, I can't believe that I didn't see that one
biggest
coming.
evil I've
It's
ever
like,
seen in my life.
God damn it!
Wasn't change supposed to be good?
No, change is never good.
I'm failing to come up with a reason why change is good. Like I'm a creature of
always
habit.
change.
I'm kind of I'm a routine kind of guy. I like
I am
those.
as well.
I like those types of things. I like the habits. I like routines. I like not getting shaken from my routines because I'm like, it's 5 minutes to Wapner. What the fuck,
That's why I'm the same way. That's why I don't like change.
I mean, of the four of us, I think Z is the most liberal when it comes to change.
That's because I don't have children.
Well, you're also not set in any particular way, short of your love for ramen, which I still don't understand.
That is unnatural, sir.
I'm fine with it.
I don't get it, but I mean that's
because I can adapt to change quicker than you guys because you guys have families and wives and shit, and you got houses and stuff. I know anything. If I come up with an opportunity to like move to Puerto Rico tomorrow and like work off a beach for the next month, I'll do it.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, that may be why, because Zeth has no anchor like that, so he can just get up and be more adaptable.
So is this basically just a sad treatise on the three of our lives that we're
Yep.
we're just unable to do anything,
Yep.
kind of free or clear, or we're just anchored to our lives and our families, and woe is us? Is that basically what we're talking about here? Because
Living vicariously through Zeth.
oh my god, am I now thoroughly depressed?
I call you guys suckers.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna drink away my sorrows.
Oh my god. So what did we learn? What did we learn about change, Z? What did we learn?
What did I learn about change? I learned that there were more people than I thought who liked the iron.
All right. Gantor, what did you learn about change?
You, sir, are not smarter than a 5-year-old.
No, I am not. Thank you. A, what did you learn?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Word. I learned that I should put my change out of reach of my 5-year-old. There you go.
You should probably put it out of reach of your wife, too.
Yeah. So if you like change, either kind, why don't you go ahead and post it on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. You could check us out on the iTunes or on the Stitcher Radio. The show will change every week. We thank you for checking us out this week, and we hope that you will check us out again next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
Time may change me.